Assalamu alaikum, this is Ahmed Faris from the Productive Muslim Company. I'm here to share with you a quick tutorial on how to use our annual review worksheet to do the annual review in Ramadan. If you have not got this worksheet, you can download from the link below. It's a free worksheet, which is very, very helpful to help you reflect back over the last 12 months, inshallah. Now, before we jump into the worksheet, just a quick reminder of why we do these annual reviews in Ramadan. Personally, I feel Ramadan is a great time for you to do an annual review because during Ramadan is a time when you're in a much better spiritual state, shaitan is locked up, and you're looking for ways to change and improve yourself. So the first step to do that is to do an annual review, and this worksheet will help you do just that. Now remember, this worksheet and this whole annual review is part of our annual intentions masterclass. So if you're interested to actually not only review your last year, but start thinking about your intentions from one Ramadan to the next, well, click the link below on the Annual Intentions Masterclass to learn more about our program coming up soon, how to set intentions from one Ramadan to the next, inshallah. All right, back to the worksheet. So I'm going to switch over the camera and we're going to go over this worksheet bit by bit to explain how to use it and why we designed it the way we designed it, inshallah. Let's go. So first of all, this worksheet starts with step one, which is called Start with Gratefulness. And this exercise will take you a bit of time because it's asking you to go through your calendar, your photos, your social media, and your journals over the last 12 months. And then for each month of the year, you can choose whether you want to do Hijri calendar, Hijri months, or Gregorian months. For each of the last 12 months, list the activities and happenings that you're most grateful for. What happened each month that you're most grateful for? Now, it could be as simple as, you know what, alhamdulillah, it was a quiet month, nothing crazy happened, or something really special happened in that month. Write down, list down all the things that you're grateful for over the last 12 months. When you complete this step, you can move on to step two. This is where you look back. Now that you've gone through all the things you're grateful for, similarly, going back through the last 12 months, what are the big challenges, the big significant challenges you faced during the last 12 months? And how did you address or overcome those challenges? Again, you might have lost a loved one. You might have gone through financial difficulty. You might go through a health problem. Just list down the challenges you had and how you dealt with it or how you overcame it. And again, this is a reminder from two perspectives. Number one, a lot of things that we faced in the past, which at one point we thought were impossible challenges, alhamdulillah, most of them, if not all of them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helped us overcome. And even the ones we're still struggling with, maybe at that time when the challenge happened, it felt such a big mountain to surmount. But now, let's say a few months in, you realize, you know what, yes, it's a challenge, but at least I feel I'm able to. Or perhaps you have a challenge you're still not able to overcome. Well, still write it down because that tells you something to think about and deal with moving on from this Ramadan to the next. So start with gratefulness, learn from the past. Now, another reason we did it this way is I want you to also reflect and see all the things that you're grateful for and compare to all the challenges you have in your life. And again, for most of us, inshallah, you notice that there's so much for us to be grateful for. There's so many things that happened in the last 12 months which we should be extremely grateful for. And yes, we face challenges in our lives, but inshallah, these challenges do not overshadow what we should be grateful for. So the way we designed this is for you to really look at all the things you're grateful for and then learn from the past and realize, yes, I faced challenges, but I'm learning from it. And even though as I'm still struggling with these challenges, I'm learning how to address and overcome inshallah. So that's step one and that's step two. Again, this might take you an hour and a half if you really to be deliberate, if you spend time with this, if you go through your photos, your calendar, your social media, but spend time with this and really think through. And you might be moved to tears seeing how much you're grateful for and how much Allah has helped you over the last 12 months overcome challenges you face in your life. So that's the first stage. Now I'm going to flip over here. And here is going to do a quick evaluation. And this evaluation is really very, very subjective, but it's asking you on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your performance across the following areas? And it's asking you across your spirituality, your health and wellness, your family life, your social relationship and community, your financial well-being, and your learning and personal growth. And the idea here, again, is not to sort of compare yourself to others or try to, judge yourself or others. It's both saying, how well am I doing spiritually? Do I feel like a 5 out of 10? Do I feel like a 10 out of 10? Do I feel like a 1 out of 10? And whatever number you put for yourself, dig deeper and ask yourself why. If, for example, let's say I put 4 for spirituality. So, okay, well, why is it not 0? Why is it not 1 or 2? Why is it 4? Well, you might think, well, alhamdulillah, there's some things I'm still doing. Okay, and what needs to happen, again, moving off to next year, to move up to 5 or 6 perhaps, right? So this is how you kind of coach yourself. Same thing with health well-being. You might think, hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing a 9. Awesome. What needs to happen to move to a 10, for example? You might say family, well, I'm struggling with this aspect. Okay, let's put a score. And why don't you change? When you start putting a score and then ask yourself, why not lower, or how can I move it higher? It really forces you to start thinking of the changes you want to do to move yourself and move up the scale, inshallah. Now, again, you'll never have perfect scores across all areas. We all face different challenges across different areas, and that's part of life. But the idea here is to at least to see where you are and see what you can do to change yourself, inshallah. All right, then finally, looking ahead. So looking ahead is where you ask yourself, over the next 12 months, what do you want to start doing? Meaning, so let's say you looked at this, you know what, I want to start maybe reading the Quran more often. I want to start connecting with my family members. I want to start doing more volunteer projects. What do you want to stop doing? Because you know what, I want to stop wasting time on my phone. I want to stop, just watching random YouTube videos. Maybe not this one, but some random YouTube videos. I'm going to stop, going out with certain friends who are bad influencing on me. And then what will you continue doing? Maybe there are things you're already doing which are really great, and you feel, you know what, I should continue doing them. What are things you want to continue doing, inshallah? And then once you complete these 3, then you can talk about what we call that your high himma intention. Your high himma intention is that big project you want to work on. Now, if you have no idea what a high himma intention is, or if you're struggling on how to kind of look ahead and set your goals or intentions next year, then I highly recommend you join us for the Annual Intentions Masterclass, which will be in Ramadan. And I would like you to join us. And for that afternoon, we'll work together thinking about how to set intentions from Ramadan to the next based on the annual review you did for yourself, inshallah. I hope you found this story useful. And again, feel free to share your comments and thoughts about this worksheet. And if you're available, please join us for the Annual Intentions Masterclass. We'll be working together to set your intentions from this Ramadan till the next. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.